What it do? It's your boy City Anna Jones, aka Wes Edwards. I'm here with the Queen.
Hey, it's Francesca, aka Fancy.
I was gonna wear these glasses. I don't want to wear these glasses. But we're gonna get real. What we was gonna talk about was the beautiful black woman. It's obvious that the beautiful black woman has been hid throughout our media streams, and another thing has been portrayed as beautiful to mainstream media and culture. So we got a lot of ways to break this down. But first thing I wanted to ask you was, when did you start feeling pressure to change something about yourself to fit in when you were little?
Middle school.
So like 12,
Yeah, around that age, 11, 12.
that's when you kind of start feeling like, oh, okay, something might be wrong with the way I look.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think at that point in time, you start to get to the age where you start liking, little boys and girls, and you know what I'm saying.
You was like
to the
little
point-
boys and little girls?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm about to say, man, what no?
I'm just saying, like, kids get to that age where they're just like, you're my boyfriend or you're my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? At that point in middle school.
Gotcha. So what was something that you had to feel like you had to change?
Well, for me personally, it was being dark skinned. I was always targeted for being the dark skinned girl.
But obviously you can't like change that.
No, you can't change it, but that's what, at that point in time, that would have been my wish, to change it. How, like, Lupita had this whole conversation, speech about how, she used to go to sleep praying that she would wake up light skinned, like, I
That's
feel like
weird. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, but, like, that's what we
Lupita.
wanted to change at that point in time. When you're young and you're, you know what I'm saying, getting picked on, and, all your other friends got boyfriends and girlfriends, and, you know what I'm saying, you're the one that's like, no, you're too black or you're too dark, it's just...
So like, did you pick up on it early, like when our generation of like the music videos was booming, and like you got when Lil Wayne was just that dude, and he had a light skinned chick with long hair in every single video.
Absolutely.
Like, did you pick up on that quickly?
Absolutely.
Or was like, okay.
Absolutely.
Because me as a dude, I didn't really pay attention to that like that. Like, I didn't really notice it. Like, oh.
But when you're a girl, you look at the social media. That's what's being portrayed, and you don't see anybody that's on there that looks like you, and they're being called beautiful. And then the women that you do see on media, like social media, they're like, just
Ratchet.
Yes, they're like super ratchet. They don't. It's just like, where did you get these people?
I had this little, I don't know if it was like a flow chart or whatever, but I was just tracking, like, musically what we listen to and what we look at, how it progressed over time. Basically, since I was younger, the main three people that I seen on a regular as far as female rappers was like Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, Foxy Brown, stuff like that. So that's three dark skins,
Remy.
very creative. That was the Remy wasn't out yet when Lauryn Hill first came out.
Gotcha.
It was like kind of like this Lauren and Missy, and then Foxy kind of sprinkled in a little bit. But you got three dark skins that's, giving you crazy creativity with Missy Elliott. You know what I mean? Giving you crazy voice, crazy message with Lauryn Hill.
But people didn't look at Missy Elliott as she was pretty.
Nah, but she was just so dope, though.
Yes, you couldn't ignore that.
But I feel like Missy Elliott, even though she wasn't, I guess, in the public eye physically, that's she bad, but she gave confidence to girls that didn't think that they was as bad like that.
Absolutely.
But like, and then from there, it kind of like switched up a little bit, and it was more like Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, and it got a little lighter on the Faith side, a little lighter on the Kim side, but more ratchet on the Kim side too. It started to get a little more explicit, and then from there, it went down again to like Trina, Remy. They was kind of doing that. Remy dark skin, obviously, but Trina was a little bit lighter and a little more nasty on the lyrical side. And then from there, it went lighter and nastier again with Nicki. And now we present day, and it gets even lighter and even more ratchet with Cardi.
Yes.
Even though we love their music, it's like, where does it go to next? Is the bad baby chick next? Catch me outside, how about that?
Maybe. The way it's going.
Or that other little white girl be like, I'm black. I'm black. What you mean I'm black? They ain't gonna need y'all at all no more. But it's like the only dark-skinned girls you do see is the ones that be on the Love and Hip Hop, the Married to Medicine, what other stuff they.
Whenever you see them in movies, what are they portrayed as?
Oh, the angry black chick.
Yes.
Even in that show Atlanta, that's my show too. I don't know why they did that. I think like episode 6 when they was at the Drake party or whatever, and the dark-skinned girl was just wilding on that white chick for no reason. Like, that's kind of weird why they slipped that in there. That was pretty stereotypical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's like, goes with the whole white is good, white light is good,
how many
dark
movies
is bad.
How many movies did we pick that out in? The Coming to America, the sisters, the dark-skinned sister was all fast, and the light-skinned sister was all dignified and all that stuff like that.
What's the Tyler Perry movie when the mom was like the darker sister?
Oh, I forgot the name of that movie. That dude made too many of them things, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's kind of the same story getting played over and over again. With the darker one is fast and like aggressive, and they pop off, or they're not rational, and the lighter one is like, oh, I'm dignified and proper, and I know how to handle myself. And even like in the Greenleaf show, same thing. It happens over and
all
over
the time.
and over again. So you keep repeating that over and over again. If somebody, like I said, me when I was a young dude, I'm watching Wayne videos. I'm not paying attention. I'm just, okay, Wayne bumping. He doing it. You know what I mean? Jay-Z, he doing it.
But you
got
see
Jay-Z on a boat with 100 chicks, and and 2 of them dark skinned, and the rest of them light skinned.
Right. So then, what do you then start thinking and wanting to be with?
I want a long hair, thick red bone.
And he got the opposite.
That's when you come to your senses. But yeah, I feel like that's drilled on the dude side. Like that was drilled into my psyche early, without me even paying attention to what I'm like really thinking about.
So then, whenever it goes back to the first question that you asked me, whenever I said being light skinned, that was something that I wish that I could change. You was like, that's not something that you can change. So imagine the depression and the stress and the anxiety that you hold inside because you know that you can't change it, and you feel this like lack of peace inside. You just have to, and then say you start building yourself up like, okay, I am bad, I don't care about what nobody else think. Then it's like, oh, she's cocky, she's stuck up, she thinks she's better than everybody. Like, like, why can't I just be me? Why can't I just be,
because just like I've been socialized and you've been socialized, everybody around us has been socialized too, to be that judgmental. Oh, well, she thinks she this, and she not even all that. She dark skinned. She ain't even light skinned.
Right. Oh, you want me to tell you what kills me?
I already know what you about to say. Go ahead.
You are pretty to be a dark skinned girl.
There you go.
What the hell does that mean? What does that mean?
That's
somebody.
That's like you speak well to have Down syndrome.
Like what?
Or like you run fast to be an offensive lineman.
What?
Like what you talking about? Am I black? So that means I'm not supposed to be cute.
Right.
What you talking about?
Right.
And they'll look at it like, what do you mean? I'm just because of socialization.
Or the comment of, what are you mixed with? You got to be mixed with something. Like, is that supposed to be a compliment?
Black and God.
Because it's not. So please, if you're one of those people that's out there doing that, please stop. Please stop.
What do you mean?
Because that is an insult.
I don't understand. Why is it an insult?
Because it is.
Well, I thought you were just like, mixed with something.
My name is Francesca.
I feel like you're
Hi,
French.
Francesca. You're beautiful.
You're
that
French?
works. No, I'm not.
What can we do about it, though? I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, all you think you can do is to reach the youth and let the little kids know, the little girls know that they're beautiful from the rip. And it's not what other people talking about, and not what the TV showing them. Because we was watching that Hidden Colors, and the dude was like, he went to Southeast Asia, and at all the billboards, everybody was light skinned on the billboards, and then when he went out, everybody was dark skinned. Was like, I don't know if I'm in the right spot, because everybody dark skinned, but everything billboard on TV was light skinned. That's just what they portray. They find the lightest person over and over and over and over and over.
Right.
And it's weird because this is what they portraying as beautiful or the right thing or the best choice, but when you go to a hospital, most of them African doctors dark as hell. So you got the smartest people working on your body. It's not light skins like that.
Right.
The Indian from India, not like Native Americans. The Indians from India, they dark. Don't let that straight hair fool you. They niggas too.
Right.
That's all it is. Just different migrations from Africa. That's all it is. So I feel like the more important things that you want to accomplish, or more important things you need, like the doctors, the medicine, when we go to real legitimate town, we got these crazy writers. A lot of these writers that are under wraps. They finally come out. They dark skinned people. Like, why are you always being hidden?
Because they don't fit the picture that media wants to portray.
I was gonna say whose picture, but people who are controlling people are controlling media. You know what I'm saying?
So
I feel like overall knowledge itself is very much key to understanding what's real and what's not. You can't let anybody tell you how you look if you don't feel that way. Now, being tall, being short, being fat, being skinny, that's different. But being beautiful because of your complexion is ridiculous.
absolutely,
I feel like that's just ridiculous.
absolutely.
That's more on your personality and your actual facial structure. Like, if you ugly, you ugly. If you look like Rocky Dennis, you look like Rocky Dennis. Stop with all these light skin passes. Please do that.
Yes.
I'm not throwing no shade nowhere. I have no type of, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm picking this over that. But it's be too many light skins that get passes simply because they light skinned. Some girls look like, I don't want to get too rude, but they look not regular.
Watch it.
They look not regular.
Watch it.
And then they get still put on this, oh, she a dime. She a dime. Like, not really. Like,
I mean, I feel like we as people
like
need to
Rocket,
stop.
bro.
Just stop with the whole outer appearance. We need to stop with that in general.
That's hard to do that though, because the first thing you see is what somebody look like.
It is, but we need to stop making that be the only thing. We need to stop letting that be the one thing that makes us engage with that person or not engage with that person. Because you could be missing out on your soulmate because you don't think that they are beautiful or attractive enough.
Because of their complexion. That's what I'm trying to kind of get to.
Well,
like,
either way, that's still
don't let somebody's complexion, oh, this person's darker than I think.
Exactly. Or don't just like rule out. Stop saying I don't talk to dark skinned girls, or I only talk to light skinned girls, or Asian girls, or Puerto Rican girls. Like, stop cutting off a whole group of women.
But more than most time when you ask them, like, well, why is that? They give you the most ridiculous answer ever.
And most of the time, they mama dark skin.
Cause, man,
or they grandma dark skin.
Black girl don't know how to
or
act.
somebody close to them is dark skin.
Black girls don't know how to act. I'm like, yo, bro, what does that mean? Act what? Act how?
We are some of the most empowering women. When you find you a good one,
Go back in the books. You'll see, like, the queens, like it was a matriarchy, not a patriarchy. Like, the females was the ones in control of the biggest decisions being made, where the warriors need to get put at, who's taking care of these children, this, that, and the third. Like, it was made on y'all decision because at the end of the day, we came from y'all. Like, people who had that whole, whatever religion you want to be in, that's your religion. But I ain't never seen no man have no baby. Ever. I ain't never seen it documented ever. Every person comes from a woman. So the first thing that kid sees as God is probably their mama.
Fact.
So why would you not listen to that mother that birthed you and took care of you for the decisions she's making to help you out in your future? And then how, on top of that, is this person dark-skinned, you grow up and say, I'm not going to date dark-skinned people. When this person has led you on a positive path or put you in a lane to where you can be successful, not in jail, not shot in the head, not dropping out of school in the 6th grade, but you're going to cut all that off that raised you up because of some preference or some media pushed ideal of what should be right. That's got to stop. Any last words? Was that killed or I want to beat a dead horse?
Do better.
Yeah. Know better, you do better. It's your boy City Anna Jones, aka Wes Edwards. I'm here with the Queen.
Fancy.
Signing off on Keeping It Blunt.